Hey graphic designers, do you ever find yourself wishing you had more time for the fun parts of design and less for the repetitive stuff? Well, I've got something super cool to share with you today. Illustrator Actions. I'm Gabby, your guide from Print Design Academy, where we transform graphic designers into print and packaging design experts. Here's the deal. Illustrator Actions might sound boring, but trust me, they can work wonders. With Actions, you're not just saving time, you're reclaiming it. Say goodbye to those tedious tasks and hello to more creative freedom. You'll zip through your projects, impress your clients, and let's be honest, they'll love you even more.
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Time is precious after all. But here's the best part. You get to make Illustrator your own. We're all unique in our design journey, and Actions let you customize your workflow. It's like tailoring your favorite jacket for the perfect fit. So are you ready to discover the world of Illustrator Actions? Well, gee, I sure am. An action is where you record multiple actions, steps, or tasks in your design process. This can be anything from choosing a menu item or resizing something a certain amount. Then once you're done recording, it's saved as an action. So when you need that action next time, it'll perform all those steps with a single click of a button or keyboard shortcut in lightning speed. So let's have a closer look. So here we are in Illustrator. Let's take a look at the Actions panel. So in order to get there, you go Window, Actions. That brings it up on the side here. Right away, you can see that there are some default actions that were created by Illustrator. So this will give you a sense of what you can do. The first one is opacity 60%. I can hit play on that, and there you go. My picture is now 60%. But I actually use keyboard shortcuts for my opacity. And if you want to see how I do that, go ahead and grab the free PDF that we have linked in the description. So some of the other things, I'm going to turn this back to 100%. Some of the other things that you can do is saving for PNG. There's a scaling thing, rotating. So here's a little sense of what you can do. It's awesome. There's so many possibilities. But I'm going to show you the 3 actions that I really love. So you know we're all about print. So the first one that I have set up is this crops and bleed action. So I actually went and saved as and created this little shortcut so that it saves to my desktop. You do need a PDF preset to do it. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But here, let me just show you how it works. So I can hit play, or I actually have this set up as a function keyboard shortcut. So if I do F12, bam, that was it. So now let's check our desktop. So I now have this print-ready PDF with crops and bleed. 2 pages, and it's named after my InDesign or my Illustrator file, saved to my desktop. Wow, that was so fast. I didn't need to do anything. Love that one. The other one that's really cool is cleaning up your swatches for print. So I have this swatch panel. We always get these crazy amount of swatches that I don't need. So this shortcut that we'll do actually adds your used colors and removes any of the colors that you don't need. So let's go ahead and hit play on it. Done. Easy peasy. Love it. Now the other one I like is Align Center. So sometimes I have a couple objects, and I always like to, in Illustrator, have my Align set to Artboard, which it is right now. And when I go ahead and click on this action, I'd probably end up putting a keyboard shortcut to it. But when I go like this and I want to align, let's say these 2 things to this artboard over here, I can go ahead and hit play. Bam, bam. Really easy ones to get you started and have your workflow be more efficient. So let me show you how to do that. Delete those for now. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to have to create a folder to keep everything. Plus we love to be organized, right? So your first folder, or it's called a set, so create new set. So you can call this whatever it is. We're going to call this Actions. Okay. Now that you have your set folder, your folder set created, you need to hit the plus button. So that's going to create this action. So I'm going to call this Crops and Bleed. It's in my action set and my function key. So this is where you would do a keyboard shortcut. It's not always necessary. So go ahead and hit record. Now you're in record mode. So if I do anything, I just moved this. Oops. I moved it, it recorded it. So you want to be extra diligent with your mouse clicks and your movements and all of that stuff when you're recording. But don't stress, because you can just simply hit the stop button and then you can go ahead and delete that object. And then you can go back to record and keep going. I can also rearrange objects too. So if I hit stop, I wanted to do it out of order or something, I'm like, oh shoot, I can move them around. I mean, you can't really see, but yeah, I can swap the order of these things. I can record midway. So if I hit record again here, it's going to go ahead and there you go, add moves in between my thread of steps. So there's a lot of flexibility here. So it's okay if you kind of click around and get a little funky in it. But I'm gonna hit stop. Let's clean this up a little bit again. I'm gonna delete all these. All right, so back to what we were doing. So crops and bleed, hitting record. Really simple. I'm gonna go File, Save As. It's gonna bring up my menu and it's sort of recording this thing here. Now I want to save this to the desktop. Wherever you're going to save this to, it's going to remember the file path. I feel like desktop's an easy place. Just make sure to file it away properly, you know, organization. So we're gonna do all, because we want all of our pages. So this is great for like postcards or just something really quick that you're trying to go. Try and get like saved with crops and bleed, all that stuff. So I hit save. Let's find to replace it. Now that preset I was telling you about, so you do need to create a preset. If you want to learn more about that, you should check out our video on creating multiple PDFs with crops and bleeds in Illustrator. So we'll link that in the description below as well. But so I have my preset already. So when I hit save PDF, that's it. I can hit stop and you'll see here that I've got that desktop file path there saved as. That action is complete. So if I want to run it, I can hit play and there it is. I mean, it probably overrode it, but there you go. Crops and bleeds. Great. The next one is that swatches cleanup. So in order for this one to work, you need to have a couple swatches. Since I already deleted all the unnecessary ones, you need to have a couple swatches added to your swatches panel. Let's bring that swatches back up. Where are you at? Swatches, there we go. So you need to have some swatches added so that the delete box will come up later. That'll make sense in a bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and add this swatch. It's not in my design, so this will help when we go into that recording, etc. So I wanna make sure there's nothing selected in the background as well, so it's all just unselected, good stuff. So let's go ahead and create that action. So plus swatches cleanup. In the action set, I can set a function key, so that will be a shortcut that I can use. And then I, choose a color if you want. I'll hit orange, sure. I'm gonna hit record. So the first thing I'm gonna do, head to the menu, and I'm gonna do add used colors. Bam, that's recording it here. The next one is select all unused. And because I have this one selected, I can now hit delete swatch. And then when I hit yes, it's going to record that action there. Now I'm gonna hit stop. So I'm gonna click this back in here, and then I'm gonna delete this one just so you can see here. So now when I click this here, boop, hit play, it added in my purple, it selected and it remembered that delete function I did, so I can hit the enter key, deleted. So that's the swatch one done. Next up is my alignment one. So this one's really easy to do as well. Let's get this swatch panel out the way. Get in there. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and create a new action. And I regret not setting a keyboard shortcut for this in the last one, so we're gonna definitely do that here. So align, center. My function key, let's go for, I don't have F13, F11, there we go. And you can choose to do Shift or Command, just in case if you wanna stack a bunch, so you can have F11, Shift F11, Command F11, so you can get all those actions all stacked. So go ahead and hit record. So it's gonna be really simple here. I'm gonna get the align tool up here. I'm gonna go ahead and click an object though so that it has something to align to. I'm gonna do align center that way. And then when I go ahead, it's recorded those, hitting stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this over here again. So I'm gonna hit F11. Oh, and that is assigned to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that. Let's not do that. There we go, F10. F10. Hey, there we go. So that's all aligned, the alignment center, that swatches cleanup, and that crops and bleed actions are created.
And those are some of my favorite actions. So now that you see what they can do, think about all the creative ways you can use actions. Maybe you have folders set up for different types of projects, or unique workflows that you need just for that one tricky job that you can delete later when you're done. There you have it, the magic of Illustrator Actions. Imagine all the time you're gonna save now. They're your shortcut to efficiency, your ticket to more creative time, and your secret weapon in the world of design. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Actions can make your design process smoother and more enjoyable. So go ahead, give them a try, and watch how they transform how you work. Now, if you want to learn even more about saving time, then you need to watch our video on using custom keyboard shortcuts in Illustrator and InDesign. And you can watch that right here.